if Westbrook go to the Clippers, then you have to get rid of Paul George because, and this is why, Paul George and Russ would get in each other's way. And then Russell only plays one way. He likes to have the ball in his hand. And I think he would work better with Kawhi than Paul George. And this is why, because Russell, not only can he can attack, but when the fourth quarter come, Russell ain't really got to do nothing but play defense. He's a pretty good defender. He's not bad. And if he works on his mid-range shot, which I know he probably not, but if he works on his mid, I know he's not going to work on it. But if he gets a couple to go, he's fine. He's not going to shoot threes like that. That's one of the growths I saw last year from Russell Westbrook, was that he actually didn't take those dumbass threes. You know what I'm saying? But he's like Marcus Smart. You got to watch him because he does a DAP. He has that disorder. The DAP. He has the dumbass play disorder.
Yeah. You fall into that category.
Yeah. So if you limit him to one, you will win. Because look, when Marcus Smart had one or less dumbass plays, the Celtics were straight. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't have a dumb play and then Tatum's not playing to his, you know what I'm saying, up to his position. You can't, that's not going to happen. But if you have him do one or less DAP, Westbrook will be fine. Now, what would be better is this. You won't have to get rid of Paul George. I would get Harden. I would trade Beverly. I would sign Montrezl Harrell. I would do a sign and trade with him. And I would do Lou Williams. I would trade them three, bring Harden in. And then what I would do is I would go after Conley. And I would try to go get on Rondo. If you get them, you'll be straight at your point position, because then Harden doesn't have to run the point all the time, because you want Harden sometimes off the ball because he can score. So that's what I would do if I'm the GM. I would call Houston up and said, look, this is what I'll do. I'll send Montrez and them guys back to Houston with you. You know, and then, you know, and then I'll throw some cash your way, you know, we good. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it works out.
Yeah. I would go after Harden. I wouldn't go after Westbrook.
Right. You right. Because Harden's a better skilled player, and his skill set matches, to me, Kawhi a lot better.
Yeah, because Kawhi gonna strangle Westbrook.
Kawhi cancel like you. I know how y'all are. When y'all get mad, everybody better move out the way, because y'all gonna hurt everybody.
Cause it ain't gonna be like KD and just clap for the ball. He gonna come over there, take the ball from him.
Oh yeah,
in the middle of the game.
Yeah, he is. I believe it. Cause Kawhi, a real nigga.
Yeah, they ain't gonna be with that bullshit. So yeah, now what you saying? They could get rid of those three bums and get a real basketball player.
Yeah.
They'll be wrong. They'll be ready.
Oh, they'll be straight. You know what I'm saying? That's all they got to do. And that's all I was preaching, is that, and that's what I was telling Jern, was like, the Clippers, the problem was with the Clippers was you can't have your best player facilitating and scoring. That's too much. Somebody in the chat or the comment section gonna bring up some dumbass stuff like, well, LeBron does that. No, LeBron doesn't do that. Stop it. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. LeBron passes to get a stat for an assist. he's not really wasting energy. He's just throwing it to somebody who's open. Kawhi is running a whole offense, a set. LeBron ain't run no set in his damn life.
Run to the lane.
Right.
Look around.
Right. Right.
That's it.
Right. I had to burn Jerb on that. Like, look, dog, you tripping. If you really think, I said, dog, LeBron James balled out in game 3 and game 5. And he choked at the end. I knew he was going to choke. I said, watch, it's finna happen. This is going to be beautiful. I ain't care if he won game 6 because I knew game 6 they were going to give it to him because they weren't finna let Miami Heat beat them. But those was my favorite games. Game 3 and 5 when he failed because I knew he was going to fail. It never surprised me. It never surprised me.
Yeah.
He can't handle pressure.
Small in both of the games. You know what I'm saying? I see you coming up small one time and get your shit together, but twice? Yeah, y'all should have dusted. Y'all should have swept that team because everybody on that team under was like smaller than y'all tallest man.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all shortest man.
Yeah.
So
and they were
I
rookies.
don't get what the struggle was.
They was rookies too. They was rookies. And then if Kendrick Nunn, like my boy Carcino for Life said, if Kendrick Nunn would have never got that COVID, he would have killed the Lakers. He would have killed them. Because he was up for Rookie of the Year as well.
Yeah, he was balling.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. I'm like, dude, and then Beverly was hurt. He had a calf injury. That's hard to play with. Trust me, I know. Because in football, that junk hurt.
Yeah.
Because if you step wrong, that's your ass, Mr. Postman.
That shit locking up.
Mm-hmm. Because remember, you sprained your knee. It felt like that shit tore.
Man, my shit swole up so fucking big. I couldn't walk. That shit was stiff as hell. So yeah, I already know if it was the calf, couldn't put no pressure on. I could put pressure on the knee.
Yeah.
But I think you can't put no pressure on your calf.
Yeah.
So yeah, you done.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's all I'm saying, you know. You know, you gotta look at the big picture. You can't like I tell people, like, I don't hate LeBron. I like LeBron, especially he made his woman an honest woman by marrying her. You know, he didn't do what all us niggas would have did, which is fuck the bitch and made her the baby mama. He made her the wife. And I respect Shut up, Kato, you ain't supposed to laugh. My boy said that's the truth. Because, you know, I'm just saying he made an honest woman out of her. But at the end of the day, it's like this. Look, man. Like, I told Jerv, like, dude, I don't see what y'all see. Like, if a LeBron fan come to my shit and be like, you a hater, I'm like, all right. And then we talked about Deontay Wilder, and this girl gonna say I'm tearing the black man down. And I'm like,
why?
Huh?
I say, why?
Because all I said was this. I said, that's what I'm saying. She's saying that because, oh, Nick Fury, I'm Tyson Fury. I called him Nick Fury. Like, yes. I called that nigga Nick Fury. Hey, Nick Fury went hard though in the comics and in the movie. You know, Nick Fury was smashing bras on the low. You know what I'm saying? You ain't know who he had.
I would put it past Tyson. Tyson be on some other
shit. Yeah. Tyson got a bad little chick. But what I said was, I felt like this. Deontay, you lost. It is what it is.
Right.
Just come back and box. That's it. Just work on your boxing. Your footwork, the first fight y'all had, Tyson was giving you the business then. But you hit him with that right, which you got that right. I am not going Deontay. I am a huge Deontay Wilder fan. I love him. But for you to come to my page and say I'm tearing a black man down, how? I'm how? Like all I said was like but right. You don't care for him. Like you already said that from the beginning. You was like he's okay, but he just got that power. You said it from the get-go. You was like, he got power, but he don't have the footwork. He don't know how to bob and weave. He don't know how to block. He don't know how to jab. Cause you know boxing. Like I tell people all the time, Kano know boxing cause Jern was like, man, you and Kato need to do that podcast. Cause Kano know what he talking about. I said, yeah, cause Kano not dumb. He watches. He looks for the stuff that the normal eye wouldn't look for. And basically what I mean by that is, like, if you see something if Kano, if you see something in the second or third, maybe the fourth round, you going to be like, okay, he better clean that up or he going to get knocked out in the seventh or eighth. You know, that's how you look at stuff. That's how I look at stuff as well. So all I was saying was, I want him to be better, but dog, it's time to put it to rest. Tyson did not cheat. Tyson whooped your ass. He gave you an old backyard ass whooping. He gave you an old backyard ass whooping. And it's okay. We all got our ass whooped before. It happens, but it's how you come back after you lost your fight. Look, Mayweather went undefeated, but that's an anomaly. He's different. He's different from you. Mayweather, for one, was more fundamentally sound. And defensively, I feel like he was the greatest defensive boxer I've ever seen. Now, I may be wrong. Somebody could say it was this guy. That's fine. But I'm sorry. Mayweather is the greatest boxer or one of the greatest pound for pounds or the greatest pound for pound ever. And he has the right to that argument. But you can't come into a ring and you're knocking out average fighters. And when you go against somebody, this is the same thing that happened to Ronda Rousey. She went against somebody who had all their fundamentals, all their soundness together. And what happened? Got their ass whooped. That's what happened when you're not prepared.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what I seen. I was like, because it's another boxer that I think he from London or Britain, whatever. And
Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, I thought they was supposed to fight. I thought Wilder and him was supposed to fight.
No, Joshua pussy. He don't want that. He ran from it. Yeah, he ran from it. No, Joshua can box, but he don't. He's to me, he's the LaMarcus Aldridge of boxing. Like that's who he is. He likes to fight he like to fight. He's an outer boxer. He's not in the. He's not a back and forth boxer like Tyson was and them guys. He wouldn't handle Deontay. Cause Deontay would push him around and hit him with a right, cause he's scared of that right hand. Cause if Deontay hit him with that right, he done. Cause you saw what happened when the fat boy beat his ass, Ruiz. He let Marshmallow Man whoop his ass. Hey Ray,
you ain't from the US. You ain't from
right.
the
Hey Ray, what did you do? I thought of it when I was growing up. I thought of it as a kid. It's the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. And here's Anthony Joshua.
It's crazy. That's terrible.
Yeah, he the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. He's the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. He's soft. Like he let Pudge Ball come in there and whoop his ass. This dude just had 5 enchiladas, tacos, everything, and whooped his ass. Then the second fight, he got more money for it because he made the ring bigger so he could walk around and run around, and he knew that would tire the fat boy out. He knew that shit. He couldn't fight in the regular ring. He knew that. That's how he won. Anthony Joshua, LaMarcus Aldridge, and LeBron put together. Just always planning stuff ahead, so then when they win, they could be like, yeah, look what I did. Look what I did. Yeah. Where's my respect? Where's my respect? Nigga, you ain't getting none from me. So F you and your respect. Like,
who says that? Don't ask for respect. Like, nigga, it's the same elementary school. This ain't no backyard brawl, nigga.
He said this ain't elementary school, nigga.
I stood up for myself today. Good.
You know what? You get a gold star. You get a gold star, Mr. Kano and Mr. Like, no, I don't want that gold star. F you and that star. Right. Try to make it.
Put that star on me.
Don't you put that star on me. Don't you put that star. You talk about Talladega Nights. Don't you put that on me, Ricky Bobby. Don't you put that on me.
Put that shit on a board.
Right. God rest Michael Clark Duncan. Man, he killed that movie. He had the best performance.
Oh yeah. I didn't even know he was that funny.
I didn't either. And he kept a straight face. Don't you put that on me, Ricky Bobby. Don't you put that on me.
It's like, don't do that. Don't stab myself right now.
Skip. Hey, Skip. Don't do that. Don't do that, Skip. Don't do that. Man, Skip be murking Shannon. You saw that joke today they talking about they had to have the stick riders of LeBron, Chris Broussard, and Shannon on the day. Brian Scalabrine. You know who that is. Everybody overhyped this cracker.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. I ain't gonna say cracker. I'm gonna say pink cracker because that's what he is, a pink cracker. now, this dude said that Kevin Durant, he said LeBron's better than Kevin Durant, and Kevin Durant doesn't make players better. Now, I was going to make a video to this, but I said, you know what? I'm going to talk to Kano first about this because you're very unbiased. You're the most unbiased person. Your GOAT of all time, your greatest player of all time, you already said to everybody, is Magic Johnson. And if anybody got a problem with that, they could jump off a bridge because Magic Johnson was a mother freaking beast. Right. So,
I know what I said.
What do you feel about Brian Scalabrine saying that LeBron make his teammates better, but Kevin Durant doesn't?
It's kind of like I see it like the Donald Trump effect. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead. You good?
All right. You want to be on the good side of Donald Trump, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
When things fall. So that's pretty much what Brian Scalabrine, Scallywaggy, whatever you want to call him. That's what he's trying to be. He's trying to be on LeBron's good side. So when things happen in the NBA, whatever circulate, he can land on the good side. You know, kiss the ass, kiss the rings, or whatever.
Right.
But as far as LeBron actually making his team better, I have not yet to see it. Every single superstar that came to his team, their stats have went down. He has never elevated somebody that played with him to an all-star level. I can't think of one player that when he left, they just rose up and they became a superstar.
Mm-hmm.
None of his teammates. As far as Kevin Durant, everybody on the Warriors became more efficient.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't like he came in and everybody had to change what was going on, what he did. No, he came in, fit their system, made everybody better. He played better defense. So I mean, if you're trying to compare, it's really no comparison because, like I said, I can't think of one player, like any player that was all right that he made better, but Draymond Green, all these other people, they ate and benefited off of KD. Period.
Right. And that's what I was saying. And that was eloquently stated, man. Because I respect everything you do, man. And everything. Even when we weren't talking to each other for a while, man. Like I said, you know a lot of stuff. And I always looked up to you. And you're right. You're right about that because think about it. Kevin Durant made Westbrook and James Harden better. He made them better. And everybody could just talk all they know. He made those guys better, and this is why he made them better. From his presence on the court, he made them better. Even when he wasn't playing, Russell was still averaging triple doubles. The year he was hurt, Kevin Durant was hurt.
That's right.
Now, when LeBron get hurt, his teammates, the team suck. So how did right? It's like this. If I go to like let's say me and you, right? We were in this steel mill together. We work in the steel mill, and you were training me, right? Now, if you don't train me good enough so when you're not there, I'm not as great when you're not there as when you're there, you didn't make me better. So how did you make anybody better? Because if KD, right? KD was hurt, who stepped up? Westbrook. He stepped up. Serge Ibaka stepped up. All those other poor players they had, they stepped up. Now, Michael Jordan, a guy who you know I loathe. I cannot stand that bald-headed dude. When he left, right? Didn't Pippen, Horace Grant, and BJ Armstrong become all-stars, right? Weren't they all-stars?
Yeah, they balled out, went to the playoffs, everything.
Right. So we would say Michael made his team better.
Yeah.
Right. Now, Kobe Bryant. When Kobe Bryant got hurt during the time when Shaq wasn't there, when he had Pau Gasol and he had Andrew No Knee Bynum and he had Derek Will Sleep With Your Wife Fisher.
Everybody with the fucked up haircut.
Right. Right. Tried to have the baby fro, like, stop it, dog. Now, when Kobe was hurt, and then they had Crackman Lamar Odom.
Oh, Crackman, where he at?
Crackman, where he at? Did it?
White bitch's booty.
Right. He was doing Leonardo DiCaprio in The Wolf of Wall Street. He was doing it all day. Now, didn't they win games when Kobe wasn't there? Yeah. Right.
It's sometimes being a leader is about like the Patriots. You're gonna keep that momentum. You gotta maintain that prestige. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you're not just gonna be like, oh fuck it. Oh, LeBron ain't here, so fuck it, we ain't gotta play hard. Nah, they gonna be like, oh, KD ain't here, we gotta keep this shit going. So we gotta ball out. Jordan ain't playing today. Y'all already know they don't like us, so we gotta ball out. Right. So Kobe gonna be on the sideline, so if you know we slacking, he gonna cuss us the fuck out. That's what it is. When LeBron is he's just out the game. They just like, all right, cool, we can chill now. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they don't care because they're like, so as this dude come back in, we got to play to his skill set, which is it's not many, but you got to play to his skill set. Just watch him do whatever the fuck you want to do with the ball. And if it lands in your hand with 3 seconds left, just try to throw up a good shot. And if you miss it, it's your fault.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, when Kobe and Jordan played with their teammates, who took the blame mostly?
Jordan, Kobe.
Right. And that's the truth. Magic Johnson, even though he had Kareem there, when they lost that year, they called him Tragic Magic. You remember?
Yep, they was hating on the dog.
Right. Who took the blame for all that?
Magic.
Right. Now, has LeBron ever taken blame for any situation that doesn't go his way?
I think even if he wanted to, his fans would not let it rest. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I don't. It's to a point now. He done drunk his own sauce. You know what I'm saying? Like he actually believed like he the king and he the best and he could do this and do that. That's why he asking for respect. I don't know why, but he drinking his own sauce. So. No, his fans, they won't let that happen. They won't let that be anything to his credit for them losing. It's not gonna be his fault.
Right.
It's gonna be his teammates. Oh, they didn't hit this shot. They turned the ball over. Even though LeBron got 7 turnovers, more than anybody on the team.
Right.
But you want to blame JR for one fuck up? Nah, man, nah.
Right. And to me, the person who should have been. And to me, that's what I'm saying. First, this is how I feel about it. How are you comparing LeBron to Kevin Durant? They don't play nothing alike. And like Skip Bayless and Shannon was saying, like Skip said to Shannon today, he's a point guard. Shannon gonna say, nah, he a small forward, like Kevin Durant, but he just do a lot more and stuff. And it's like, okay, like what does he do more? Like, to me, it's like this. I need you to explain. Do stats basically tell if, to me, what stats were made for what? In your honest opinion, from watching the game as a kid to now, what do you think about stats and trying to judge players from different eras and different types of rules? How are you able to compare stats? Because I think you can't compare them because the rules were different in each era.
Yeah, rules are definitely different in each era. So, but stats is just what they actually are. They're just a record of things done on the court or doing an event. That's all you're supposed to look at them as. Like, they're not gonna tell you who was the greatest, this or that. They're not gonna tell you who had the best crossover. It's not gonna tell you any of those things because you can't see stats. You know what I'm saying? You can see the numbers, but you can't actually see the play. It could describe the play, but you can't see the play. So you're not actually seeing what's being presented on the stat sheet because it's just a record of the events that happened. Yeah, you had 9 assists, you had 12 rebounds, you know what I'm saying? But it could have came in the first quarter. It could have came after they done blew the team out. You know what I'm saying? If you don't put 2 and 2 together and you just go on based off stats, then yeah, you gonna look like a dumbass. But that's most people. That's what they go off of, just the stats and not actually looking at the actual events of the game that actually happened. The scenarios and stuff like that. If you can't put 2 and 2 together, like, no, you're not gonna be a good coach or analyst or player at that.
Right, exactly. And that's how I feel. I just feel like, look, if you're gonna compare LeBron James to somebody, you compare him to point guards. He's a point guard. Like, is that fair to say he's a point guard? Or, well, he's not a point. He's a poor point guard to me, but that's what he plays like as a point guard. That's how I look at him.
Yeah, if you bring the ball up the court 90% of the time, that means you're a point guard. I mean,
right?
You initiate the offense. Yeah, you're a point guard, and it's just like Magic. They don't say Magic is a small forward because it was 6'9" or whatever. They just say Magic was a point guard. LeBron, you're a point guard.
Exactly.
You just don't want to. He just don't want. It's like, look, it's like with the stats, you don't want to compare yourself to the best point guards in the NBA because it's a long list, and you would not be that high on that point guard list.
Oh hell no, hell no.
So you go to the small forward position because small forward really wasn't a feature position. I say before the 90s or whatever, it wasn't a feature position. It was, like second best, third best dude or tallest dude was going to play small forward. They focus on the center and they focus on the point guard mainly back in the day. And then this hybrid position came when niggas start taking off from the free throw line, doing windmills and stuff, and they was like 6'8", 6'9", and that's when that small forward position took off. But LeBron wanted to compare himself to small forwards because it ain't a long list of people that was balling at that position because it was pretty much a fresh new position they made up.
Right.
Point guard and center, he don't want to be compared to point guards because it's too damn many good ones, great ones. So now you put yourself with all the forwards that don't do what point guards do. Mm-hmm. So now you get the benefit of saying, oh, I do all this extra stuff. Like, no, you just changed your title around so make it look like you do a lot of things, but you actually don't.
Right. Exactly.
You do what you're supposed to be doing as a point guard, but you get credit because you got small forward on your title.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, look, because my small forwards, I got Larry Bird, Kevin Durant, Dominique Wilkins, James Worthy, and Adrian Dantley. Those are my 5 guys. I'm trying to think, was Dantley a small forward? I gotta remember because Dantley was a beast back in the day, especially with the Pistons. I gotta remember. I gotta look this up because I gotta make sure I'm on point. Because Dantley was a beast because he used to post dudes up and he was killing them.
Yeah. That's what I said, like in the 90s, he really wasn't like...
Yep, he was right. He was a small forward / guard. So, yeah, to me, that's my 5 small forwards. Those are my favorite. Those are my top 5 small forwards of all time. James Worthy is in the top 5 of small forwards. I don't care what anybody say. You're drunk, and I just don't believe LeBron James is better than those 5 I named. I just don't see him better than Dantley. He wasn't as tough as Dantley. He wasn't as good as James Worthy. He doesn't have the skill or the shot, especially James had. And James could score from anywhere. And then Dominique Wilkins, do we got to say anything else? We definitely know he's not on Dominique level. This one dude who came on my comment section trying to tell me, man, LeBron better than Dominique Wilkins. I said, at what? Like, are you serious? Like, oh, he shot 3s. I'm like, okay, so because you shoot 3s, then shoot. Hornacek better than LeBron. If we want to talk about shooting 3s,
shooting 3s back in the day, it was a different game. It was about the stats. It was about the W's.
Right.
And they played within the coach's system for the most part. It wasn't, all right, I don't like what you running, coach, you fired. Nah.
Right.
It wasn't like that back in the day.
Right. Like, where they do that at? But that's my 5 as I see as far as small forwards and he's not on my top 5, and he's not in my top 20. He barely probably make my top 50. I don't even know if he makes that because it's so many ballers that I still don't think he was better than T-Mac or Allen Iverson. I just don't think LeBron was better than those guys. And
I don't think he is he definitely wasn't skilled. He definitely wasn't skilled or creative as a basketball player. Like, so when you watch him play, it's like it's stiff, it's slow, it's boring, and most of the time, he's really trying to dunk is on a fast break.
Right.
He almost, the only people he try to dunk on is little white boys and shit like that. He don't really try to. He ain't no Sean Kemp. He ain't no Vince Carter. He ain't no Kobe. He ain't Jordan. He ain't trying to do none of that bullshit unless he know he can sing. And then he'll pump out his chest and shit like he did something.
Right.
But I don't think he's top. I don't think he's top on any category besides like longevity and, you know, not being hurt and shit like that.
Yeah, I'll give him that. I'll give him that. PD, but I'll give him that. You know, PDs, but I'll give him that. For being longevity, but PDs, but you know, he had a longevity career. I give him that. He was longevity, PD, but
yeah,
you know, I give him credit for that longevity. You know,
yeah, I give him that, and that's how he's able to get all these assists and all that stuff.
Right.
But like I said, I like LeBron when he was first starting in Cleveland, and but his prime was definitely at Miami, and then the rest after that it was just bullshit. So that was the only player that was pushing.
Right. So
he was supposed to go against Kobe, but they never met in the finals because he always was getting his ass. So
right. So, what do you think about Luka Doncic? I think he's a crybaby, and he's good. I like his game. I just think he does too much crying.
I think Luka good, and I think he doing what he see.
Okay.
He see LeBron bitching. He see all these other players bitching after every foul and call, and y'all want to put him on that tier as an all-star, superstar talent, and you know, pretty much the white guy of the league that could ball. He gonna get some calls, and when he don't, you know, he gonna get like Tom Brady. He gonna start cussing that motherfucker. So
right.
But I think he's pretty good. He showed something this playoffs. You know,
yeah, he did. Yeah, he busted the Clippers' ass.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give him his credit, even though he got some slow ass moves, and you know what I'm saying. But hey, he be whipping it up on a nigga. So I give him his credit, but yeah, he ain't all that great, but he on his way. You know, if he keep doing what he doing.
Who do you think gonna be better long term, him or Ja Morant?
I don't know, cause I gotta see what the Grizzlies do. I gotta see what they do this year. You know what I'm saying? Cause they in the same conference, so they definitely gonna have to match up soon. Hopefully in the playoffs, so you can really see. But I think Luka gonna be straight for a little while, but I think they gonna catch up with Luka. He gonna fall off quick though. Thinking with like Kevin Love, he just gonna, you know, they're gonna try to put him up there, but he gonna fall off.
Oh, okay.
Because people gonna go hard at him.
Right.
And I don't think he's gonna last because he's still legit though. So he's still young, but I don't know, because it looked like he was done after that playoff. The Clippers put a pounding on him, so I don't know. He gonna last like Ja Morant he explosive. You know, he can ball, but his team, you know what I'm saying, it's really based off the team, the staff, all that. Really gonna be better. But so right now, I'll put Luka. I'll put Luka ahead.
Okay. I feel that. That's fine to me. I like Luka. I think Luka gonna last. I just think he got to cut out all the crying, and I think he'll be all right. But he not gonna do it because you know LeBrownies. He done made it cool to cry all the time, so you know.
That's what I'm saying. He do what everybody else do.
Right,
so
right. Mm-hmm.
Can't really say anything about that, but he do be balling. So you know, he earned his little respect. And John Morant, like man, he's gonna be a monster for a while. But I don't know if it's gonna be used to actually pursue a championship, or it's just gonna be used to pursue catapult him into a superstar.
Well, I don't think Ja gonna stay in Memphis that long. I think once he's able to be an unrestricted free agent, I think he's gonna go somewhere else.
Yeah, well, yeah. If that happened, then yeah, he could change the trajectory of his career. Because if he stay in Memphis, it ain't gonna happen.
No, because they're a small market. He ain't gonna win nothing. The only way they'll win is if they get a superstar head coach like Popovich was. You know, and that's all I see. But yeah, you're right. What do you think about Trae Young? You think because I like Trae Young. I think Trae Young will be better to me in New York than Atlanta. And the reason why, he'll have more star power. And I think him and RJ Barrett would be a better combination than him and Reddish or Collins. What you think?
Yeah, I think the market would be better suited for him because I mean Atlanta's just a dead spot, and it could be so much bigger, but they just don't fuck with the Hawks, and so yeah, I would definitely like to see him in New York, and he'll be a good matchup out there. Or if he don't go to New York, he can go to somebody like he don't need to go to Philly. But yeah, anywhere else would be good for him.
Shoot, he would go to Philly. I would trade Ben Simmons right now, and I would get him. I think he's better than Ben Simmons. Everybody can go get mad or whatever, but hey, I think he's better than Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is a bum to me, and I don't know why people trying to say he great at defense. And I asked this one dude in the live chat the other night, who is he shut down? Who has Ben Simmons said, I'm going to take him out the game? Because I see him getting burned.
See, I think Ben Simmons is like what LeBron reverse. You know what I'm saying?
He said LeBron reverse.
He should be just considered a small forward. You know what I'm saying? Like a non-shooter small forward that play defense and like that. You putting yourself against the wrong kind of stats. If you looked at Ben Simmons as a small forward stats, he'll probably be at a higher tier than comparing them to fucking point guards. That because he don't shoot, he don't score. So, and when he do pass, he passing the ball to the big man that's sitting at the 3-point line. So it's just all ass backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, if he just switch positions and they actually have a point guard, then yeah, they'll run it. But you know, we'll see what Doc.
Shit, if Ben Simmons was smart, he'll play in the post with Embiid.
He can play in the post period because Embiid don't be there.
Right. Embiid like to be at the 3-point line with his big ass, and I be cussing at his ass too. Like, get your big ass in the post.
They could put Embiid at the top of the key.
Right.
Let him work his way down if he can. And then if not, you know what I'm saying, he could pass it back up to the point guard, or if Ben, he could do like the shit he like to do, like to dunk. Let him dunk. You know what I'm saying? Like give him the ball inside, work on like an old school power forward. That's the shit he need to play. Right. He don't need the ball in his hands because he's not good with the ball in his hands. Like unless only if it's like a fast break. But him bringing up the ball, nah, hell nah. I already have Embiid bring the ball up than Ben Simmons.
Right. Exactly.
But it's up to Doc to actually use him right. If Doc use him right and they get a point guard, then they could ball out the East. But if they try to continue to keep this man as a point guard and he can't goddamn shoot, or motherfucking got handles like that, let him go. Do something.
I don't think he ever gonna get better, dog. I think he gonna stay the same. I would trade him right now, and if I could trade him for Trae Young, I would do it. Because Trae Young, I think, would be a better fit with Embiid. Because Embiid, I think, would play more in the post. Because I think Embiid shoot threes because this nigga ain't shooting. That's why I think he's shooting.
True. That is true.
But if Ben Simmons was cooking and shooting from outside, hitting those shots, Embiid gonna play in the post. Like, shit, I played down here, light-skinned, finally want to play.
Yeah, and get some rebounds and shit.
Yeah. You know, because I think if Embiid actually took things serious and actually played, man, I think he's the best center in the league. Like, seriously. But, you know, it happens.
Yeah. I mean, Butler had him in the mind frame. He couldn't get Ben. He couldn't get Ben to buy in, but he got Embiid to buy in.
Man, Ben Simmons is a pussy. I'm sorry, he's a pussy. He to me, he's a tier or two lower than Pippen and Paul George. Seriously.
Yeah, that nigga like the new toilet paper. Looks soft. It's on both sides.
Facts. Like, seriously, if we was on the court right now, and you know I don't like Pippen or Paul George, if I had the choice of them two and Ben Simmons, like, hey, Pippen, come on. Don't worry about Larsa, dog. She a hoe. Come here. Come with me. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? I can't hate, like, dog, like Ben Simmons is 2 tiers lower than them. Like, I don't even think he in the top 300-400 basketball players all time. Like, seriously.
He disappeared too much.
Yeah, he's terrible and he's soft. He is really soft, and I just don't see what these people see in Ben Simmons. Everybody love to tell me Ben Simmons. I'm like, look, dog, Ben Simmons is ussy. He ussy and pussy and badussy all together.
I only seen him ball out like really one time when Embiid got hurt.
Yeah.
Most it was just dunking the whole game because when nobody in the hole.
Right.
I was like, well, that's what they need to do. They need to get rid of somebody, and now they finally get to it.
I would get rid of. Look, to me, I don't know. Both of their asses. Embiid is just he lazy to me, and Ben Simmons is just a pussy. So to me, if you do go and let's say you go with Ben Simmons, you're going to have to put shooters around Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons, you got to put him around him. You got to give him shooters.
I don't think you build your team for Ben Simmons. You can't. He's not good enough.
No, I understand that, but I'm just saying, I'm speaking on both sides. If I'm the GM, if I'm building around Ben Simmons, I'm getting me a stretch 5, a stretch 4. I need people out of the paint. He play like LeBron does, except LeBron at least a shoot. It's ugly. He like DeAndre Jordan from the 3, like Jeremy was saying. But and that's Jeremy guy. Jeremy like LeBron. I had to get on Jerm like, dog, Jerm, stop it. Stop it, Jeremy. I had to call him his full name. Like, nigga, stop it. You know this dude can't shoot.
Yeah, he ain't got it.
Right.
Shooter's touch.
Right. You telling me this supposed to be the so-called GOAT? This nigga can't shoot. Whatever.
Man, you know who they to go when you just know they gonna come through in the clutch, and it's just like it's worth watching. I just don't see how they see go of basketball. That's all. I just don't see it.
Yeah, Ben Simmons played just like him, except
he can shoot worse than LeBron.
Right. He just shoot worse than LeBron. That's all. But
that's pretty much who he is.
Right. Now, what you think about this criticism of Lamar Jackson? Do you think it's fair, or do you think that it's an agenda to try to push him down because they don't want him outshining the half breed or
trans? What criticism you talking about Zach?
What you mean?
I said, what criticism are you talking about exactly?
His throwing of the ball.
I think it's just it's really been the play calling.
Right.
I think like what Lamar said itself, it's like they know what we doing. So if y'all went in 1 year and you had a good year with these plays and everything, cool. But now you need to go back and use those same plays, but re-innovate them. You know what I'm saying? Change the formations, the go from, a wing tee to the shotgun formation, whatever the good play was. You know what I'm saying? You got to disguise it or whatever so you can get that play and do what y'all was doing last year. But y'all ain't even doing that. Y'all lining up in the same shit from last year, and niggas is just like, oh, all right, we finna blitz because we already know what's finna happen. We already know it's finna run this way, that way. So they gotta be more creative in the play calling. But as far as his passing ability, he's still accurate. He throw the ball. Yeah, sometimes he make mistakes. He do run the ball more than most quarterbacks. So he fumble here or there. That's because he run the ball. He run the ball a lot. But I would say is they can talk, but ain't no quarterback out there really that's as young as him and has done what he has done. So
right, I feel he's had more impact on the NFL than Patrick Mahomes, and Deshaun Watson and Kyler Murray. I feel he's had more of an impact. That's just me.
Yeah, because he's really like when they say dual threat quarterback, he is really like in college. I'm gonna say because I've seen him in college first. He was like one of the best dual threat quarterbacks I've seen. Like just murky shit in college. Just I'm gonna kill you on this run, and I'm gonna kill you on this pass.
Mm-hmm.
He just couldn't be stopped. Like, and it's the same thing in NFL. They just not as balanced as they need to be because he really ain't got no real threats at receiver. I was like, you got Brown, but they already know from last year we're gonna double up Brown and ain't got to really worry about nobody else.
Right.
So that killed his main target. Then his tight end, I don't think it's like 100%. So he's throwing him all the time. So it's just like then his line, when his lineman hurt. So it's a different offense from last year, but they running the same plays and they don't got the same personnel. So the shit just ain't hitting like how it should.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't think it's all on the bar. I think it's on the head coach and the offensive coordinator.
Right. And that's what I was saying. I'm like, yeah, you could switch the plays up. You could run like the schemes that you used to run out of. You could throw out of that too. Try throwing out of it. Do some other things, you know. But also Lamar got to learn how to throw outside the numbers a little better too. And that comes with time. And people got to understand, this is his second really full season of starting. He didn't start until it's like really fully last year. Because remember, he came in when they was trash. Flacco was effing up. And he came out there and saved them.
That's what I said. Like, he done way more better than that you can say he's done worse. No, he's not having the same exact season as last year, but Patrick Mahomes ain't matched his best season that he has had.
Patrick has been terrible to me. I don't know what these Kansas City fans, outside of that game he played against that sorry ass team last week, who he played against?
Hey. Play against Carolina.
He played against Carolina last week?
Yeah.
No, not Carolina. The week before that. He played the Jets. The week before that. No, I'm not talking about Carolina. Carolina should have won that game. And I'm going to do a video on that. I'm pissed off at the coaching staff and Teddy Bridgewater. They mismanaged that freaking game. They called all 3 of their damn timeouts in the first quarter.
Man, you know how it go. And
in the second half, you called most of your timeouts in the third quarter.
And sometimes they just got to write the script. Sometimes when the team getting their ass up, they got to flip the script. They're like, hold on. We got to call the network head. And all right.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
It's just some shit you just can't explain sometimes. It just don't make no sense as a football player. Like, how, Sway, as a football coach, why would you call that? Like, nah, man, it's because they're supposed to lose that game. They really ain't do nothing special. In Carolina, like, we suck, especially against teams with speed.
Yeah, but Carolina's not that bad to me. They've really done better than what their record is showing. They really have surprised me.
The coaching is better.
Right. They got better coaching. The only problem with Carolina is this. They just got to learn how to close. And you got to understand, this is Teddy's first year as a starter since Minnesota. Yeah, he started in New Orleans, but he was a backup. That's different pressure. Right.
Yeah, it wasn't his team.
And then they didn't have preseason or OTAs, really. Right. And he's doing good to me for what he's been given. But I wasn't talking about them. The Jets, that's the only game I've seen Patrick Mahomes actually play like Patrick Mahomes. Other than that, Patrick Mahomes has been terrible. He's been throwing some bad passes. He's been overthrowing receivers. He's been underthrowing receivers. And if you have a front four, see, that's the thing. Your front four was doing good against them, but you guys need that Steelers front four and that Bears front four. Because I believe if you put pressure on him the whole goddamn game, he's done. He's going to struggle.
San Francisco had them. They just, I don't know. They just went away from what they was doing. Right. I can't explain it.
Yeah, and then they had Jimmy G. Jimmy G is Buno. But that's what I'm saying. He doesn't look good to me. And everybody's giving him a pass. Like Shannon bring up, he's like 28 touchdowns to 1 interception. Okay, but he doesn't look good, nigga. Like, he doesn't ball until the second half. Like, he's looking terrible. He's not looking like Big Ben terrible, but he's not looking that good to me. Like, he really is struggling throwing some passes to the flats. And sometimes he struggles throwing outside of the numbers. They want to talk about Lamar. He has a tough time too. And I think they're giving him too much of a goddamn pass. And they're getting on Lamar Jackson because he's the cliche dark-skinned nigga. And you letting Patrick Mahomes go somewhere because he's a half-breeded nigga. And he gets a pass. That's how it looks to me. And people who will be like, LeBron, no, it's not the same. They did not criticize LeBron James his first 7 years. Stop it. He got the biggest pass of any superstar I've ever seen but Lamar Jackson can't get a pass. He got to be hated. It's like, come on.
Yeah, that's true. Look like the Colts beat some ass today.
Oh, they won?
Yep.
I told you, didn't I tell you? The Colts gonna win. They gonna win that South. Because last week they should have won, but what messed them up was Phillip was fucking up. I'm like, Phillip, what is you doing?
You know, he had some bad coat. And
yeah. And then Lamar just pissed on him in the second half. Lamar was balling in the second. Lamar went and got some head and just said, it's time to play now. I'm good.
I'm done with this bullshit.
Yeah, he went 10 for 10. I said, damn.
Yeah, I think they were trying to do some different things, and he wasn't comfortable. But I think as soon as they started doing stuff that he was more comfortable with, he went back to, taking off. Because I'm a person that believes, like, if you can do this the best, and you're more consistent at doing this the best, that's what I'm a choose to do, even if the game is going bad or they slowing it down, they stopping it. I still rather try to hit that more than try to make you do something totally different and that you're uncomfortable with. And then that's when you'll start fucking up and throwing interceptions and shit. Because you can't make an adjustment for something that you already don't, have skills with or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's not keys.
You said what?
No, I was looking for my keys.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I already know, man. I already know. I feel that, so do you think, so basically, I think Lamar's like Randall Cunningham. That's to me. And I think he's going to get criticized just like Randall did. Whatever they do is just never going to be enough.
Yeah, you can say that.
Mm.
You can say that. It's because he's so athletic, an electric runner, that they're gonna use that against him to compare. Like, it don't make sense, but that's what they're gonna use to bring him down.
True that.